So listen, generation of high voltages. So under second unit, there are two topics, mainly two topics are generation of high voltage DC and generation of high voltage DC and custom and AC. Two topics are there for AC generation and DC generation, two topics. Okay, so under DC and AC, so first we have to concentrate on the generation of high DC voltage. Generation of high DC voltage. So the DC generation can be done by using half wave and full wave rectifiers. Okay, half wave and full wave rectifiers. We have to generate high DC, and the second voltage doubler circuit, third voltage multiplier circuit, and the fourth one Van de Graaff generator. Okay, so these are the four important topics under DC. Okay, so one by one we will discuss each and every topic. Okay, for DC and AC. Okay, so today we will discuss fourth topic that is called Van de Graaff generator. So, generation of high voltage DC by using Van de Graaff generator. Generation of high voltage DC by using Van de Graaff generator. This is one of the experiment. By using this experiment, we have to generate very high voltages. Okay, that is called static high voltage. Okay, static electrical generation can be done by using Van de Graaff generator. So these are the different types of topics. First, Van de Graaff generator principle. So is one of the scientists or physicist Robert J. Van de Graaff. Okay, this experiment is developed by Robert Van de Graaff generator. Robert J. Van de Graaff. So all of you right here. Van de Graaff generator is an electrostatic generator. Van de Graaff generator is an electrostatic generator which is capable of producing enormously large static electric potential as high as 20 million volts. It is designed by American physicist Robert J. Van de Graaff. It's clear. So first we have to understand the how the charges are distributed and the sphere of Van de Graaff generator. Okay, so we are using one sphere. On that sphere, the charges are total. These positive charges are uniformly distributed. Okay, throughout the sphere. So why the sphere of Van de Graaff generator is uniform? Understand? Why the sphere of Van de Graaff generator should be uniform? Okay, that concept can understand by using this animation. Okay, so try to consider here. Sigma R is equal to constant. Sigma is called surface charge density. Sigma is called surface charge density. R is called radius of curvature. Okay, whereas sigma is equal to constant by R. Sigma is inversely proportional to R. Okay, from this relation we can say that the surface charge density is inversely proportional to the radius of curvature. The surface charge density is inversely proportional to the radius of curvature. Try to consider here. There are three different types of untaken curvatures. A, B, C. Three different types of curves I'm taking here. At A, the radius of curvature is more. Okay, the radius of curvature, so like this manner, the radius of curvature is very high. Because of that, the distribution of charges, okay, is very less. Accumulation of charges on the surface is very less. All of you draw this diagram. Okay, accumulation of charges are very less if the radius of curvature is less. If the radius of curvature is more, the accumulation of charges are less. That is inversely proportional. Surface charge density is inversely proportional to radius of curvature. Okay. So radius of curvature is more. That means surface charge density is less. The radius of curvature is more. The surface charge density less. That means the accumulation of charges on the sphere is less. But here B and C, the radius of curvature is less. So, okay, the radius of curvature is less. The radius of curvature, so like this manner only. So this much radius is covered. So like this much of radius is covered. Okay, it's clear. So that's why this radius of curvature is less. That's why distribution of charge are more here. The distribution of positive charges are more. The radius of curvature less. Here also radius of curvature is very less. That's why the more amount of positive charges are distributed like this. Okay. So that means by observing this diagram, so we can say that the distribution of charges are non-uniform. Okay. The positive charges are distributed on this dome or sphere in the form of non-uniform nature. Non-uniform. Here, a more number of positive charges are distributed. Here, more number of positive charges are distributed. But here, less amount of positive charges are distributed. Okay, that means non-uniform distribution of charges. Non-uniform distribution of charges. Here, less amount of charge distribution, more amount of charge distribution. Here, more amount of charge distribution. Okay, so that's why. So we are using sphere of the Van de Graaff generator must and should be uniform. Must and should be uniform like this. The sphere of the Van de Graaff generator must and should be uniform. Then only the positive charges are distributed like this. The positive charges are uniformly distributed like this. Okay, the sphere must be in a uniform manner. Then only the positive charges are distributed in uniform. Otherwise, at the radius of curvature is less, the maximum charges are distributed here. So because of this, so what happened? So here, this sphere is surrounded by air. This sphere is surrounded by air. That means this surrounding air dielectric strength is 31 kilovolts per centimeter. You know that the dielectric strength of the air is 31 kilovolts per centimeter. All right. So if the positive charges are increased above that level, above that voltage level, if the positive electrical static charges above that 31 kilowatts per centimeter, so what happened? The surrounding air of this this point and this point, surrounding air will be ionized, and the surrounding air will be ionized, and then sparks appear. That means it discharges like a corona. Okay. So understood why the sphere of the Van de Graaff generator must and should be uniform. It's clear. If it is non-uniform, so this accumulation of charges are more here, and then here the voltage is more and more compared to here. Okay, above the 31 kilowatts per centimeter increasing here positive charges. Because of that, the spark is easily appear. Okay, that means above 31 kilowatts per centimeter is not possible to store. I mean, to generate very high amount of voltage is not possible if the radius of curvature is like this manner. That means if the sphere is not in uniform, to generate very high voltage is not possible. If you want to generate very high voltage, that will be discharges so into the air if the radius of curvature are less like this manner. Okay, if it is a non-uniform manner, this positive charges are distributed to the air easily. That's why above 31 kilowatts is very difficult to generate. Okay, that's why we have this sphere of the Van de Graaff generator must and should be uniform. It's clear. Understood. So this is the concept of Van de Graaff generator sphere, about sphere. And next, based on that one animation, you can observe, you can understand the concept of Van de Graaff generator. Okay, try to concentrate that animation video. So try to constitute. It's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Try to constitute this animation, everyone. Van de Graaff generator. Van de Graaff generator works on the principle of electrostatic induction and action of points. This animation describes the parts of the Van de Graaff generator and the working principle of Van de Graaff generator. The Van de Graaff generator consisting of this is called hollow metallic sphere A. Okay, this sphere is mounted on an insulating pillar. B and C are two fixed pulleys. A belt made up of silk. Okay. D and E are they are the two fixed combs. D is connected to a battery, 10 power 4 volts. That means 100 kilovolts. The other end of the battery is connected to the ground. Okay. The pulley is continuously rotated by means of motor. Okay. The upper comb is connected to the inner side of hollow sphere. This is the hollow sphere. Okay. Then coming to the working of Van de Graaff generator, the comb D connected to the battery at high potential, 10 to the power of 4 volts. The high potential from the battery ionizes the air near the comb. Okay, like this. The air molecules separated into electrons, positive ions. The electrons are attracted towards the comb, and positive ions are repelled towards the belt and stick on like this manner. While the belt moves upwards direction, due to electrostatic induction on comb A, the negative charges are appear like this. Okay. Due to high negative potential E, the air gets ionized. The positive ions are attracted towards the E comb, and the negative charges are repelled towards the belt and neutralize the positive charges on the belt. Therefore, while the belt comes downwards, there is no charge. Therefore, each and every time the positive charges on the sphere goes on increasing till it attains some limiting value. After this stage, no more charge can be placed on the sphere, and it starts leaking to the surrounding air due to the ionization of surrounding air. It's clear. All of you understood? So this is the working principle of learning objectives. So in this Van de Graaff generator, so how electrical energy generated, how electrical energy can be obtained using electrostatic principle. We have to study. How to generate high voltage DC using Van de Graaff generator. Okay. How design improvements lead to doubling of charge stored at same speed of generator. So these are the different types of concepts we have to discuss today. Understand? Next, principle of electrical energy generation from electrostatic machines. I will write this concept. First one, when a conductor cuts magnetic flux, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. When a conductor cuts magnetic flux, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. This is electromagnetic energy conversion principle. Okay, same as generator principle. Okay, for example, same as generator, DC generator. Okay, in the DC generator, rotating conductor placed in a stationary magnetic field. It experiences some current and EMF. Well, rotating conductor is placed in a stationary magnetic field. Okay, so same as here also. In electrostatic missions, charged body is moved under the influence of electrostatic field, and mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. In electrostatic missions, that means in Van de Graaff generator, charged body is moved under the influence of electrostatic field, and mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. That means belt is moved under the influence of electrostatic field. That silk belt or rubber belt moved under the influence of electrostatic field. That means it is rotating on the roller. Okay, that is mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Okay, so next, an insulated belt with a charge on it. Okay, when moved at a velocity v, okay, and mechanical power required is equal to F into V. F is called force required to move the belt. Okay, force required to rotate the belt, and it's called V is called velocity of the belt, and then the multiplication of F into V is called power, mechanical power. Okay, and is converted into electrical power, that is called V into I. It's clear. So this is about the principle of operation of electrostatic machines. It's clear. And then construction of Van de Graaff generator. All of you draw this diagram. Construction of Van de Graaff generator. Construction of Van de Graaff generator. So in this Van de Graaff generator, so there are different types of parts. First one, lower spray point, So that is placed here, lower spray point. Lower spray point is nothing but a comb. Okay, so one of the comb is placed near to the bottom roller. That is called lower spray point. Okay, and next, motor driven pulley. So that is called motor driven pulley. Okay, so this is called roller. This is roller. Okay, the roller is rotated by using motor. If the motor is rotating, okay, this roller, bottom roller is rotating. So this is called a shaft between the roller and motor. This is called shaft. Okay, if the motor is rotating, the bottom roller is rotating in the one direction. Okay, so next, insulated belt. This is called an insulated belt. So insulated belt is made by rubber or silk. Okay, so rotating on the two rollers like this now, clockwise or anti-clockwise. So for simplicity, so it's rotating in clockwise direction. Okay, anti-clockwise direction also possible, but a simplicity point of view. Okay, that means the collector here and spray spending, spray bottom comb here. That's why the distance between the bottom comb and upper comb is lesser. That's why this is rotating in this direction. So it is easily to collect the positive charges. If you are rotating in this direction, anti-clockwise direction, travel more distance. That's why. Okay, so the arrangement made like that. And next, HV terminal. So this is called HV terminal. That's called sphere. Okay, sphere is called HV terminal. So here the more number of charges are placed, like distributed in a uniform manner on this hollow sphere, metallic sphere. Okay, so called dome. The positive charges are distributed like this. Okay. And next, collector. The collector is nothing but comb. Okay, upper comb. The collector is also called as upper comb. Okay, so two combs are we are using, bottom and upper, and then insulated upper pulley. This is called upper pulley spray point. And next, upper spray point. Okay, upper earthed enclosure, earthed enclosure. So this is called earthed enclosure. So is a earthed enclosure like this, enclosure with earth. Okay, this total experiment is placed on this total complete equipment is placed on one enclosure that is called earthed enclosure. It's clear. Understood. This total experiment is placed on enclosure. Because of that, if you want to generate very high voltages, okay, the surrounding air is ionized. The positive charges are discharged into the air easily. That's why to avoid that, what we are doing? So we are using earthed enclosure. The earthed enclosure is filled by this is total earthed enclosure is filled by uh, dielectric gas type dielectric materials that may be neon and nitrogen, okay, freon, SF6. Okay, so it's filled with freon, nitrogen, SF6. So that's why the whatever the charge is placed on the sphere, it's not possible to discharge to the air, okay, easily. So that's why generation of high voltages can be possible. High voltage can be possible if you are using if the construction the upper sphere is placed on earthed enclosure. It's clear. Then circuit operation. All of you write this first. Circuit operation. An insulating belt run over the pulley at a speed of 15 to 30 meters per second. Okay, by means of a motor connected to the lower pulley. Understood? 15 to 30 meters per second means it's not fixed. According to the experiment, the speed is changing. Okay, for small experiment, for small devices, the speed will be different. For big device, the speed will be the speed is different according to the dimensions of. Okay, the speed is changing. If the speed is goes on increasing 15 to 20 meters per second, if the speed is very high, there is a vibrations on the belt. We have to observe the vibrations of the belt. That's why it is limited to up to 15 to 30 meters per second. Okay, next near the pulley, the belt is electrostatically charged. Okay, by the charge spray unit in the form of several needles connected to controllable DC excitation that is 10 to 100 kilowatts. So it is connected to bottom comb. It's called bottom comb is connected to very high voltage battery. 10 to the power of 4 volts battery connected. That is called bottom comb. The second point is related to the bottom comb. And third point, the charge is conveyed to the upper end, where it is collected from the belt by discharge point is connected to the inside of an insulated metal electrode through which belt is passes. That is called upper comb. Second point is related to the bottom comb, and third point is related to the upper comb. Is collect the positive charges and spray into the metallic sphere. Okay. The entire assembly is enclosed in an earthed metal tank filled with insulating gas of good dielectric strength, nitrogen, freon, okay, SF6. Because of to generate very high voltages, that total experiment is enclosed in nitrogen, freon, SF6. Then only it's possible to generate very high voltage. Otherwise, it discharges into the air. It's clear. Next, fifth, the shape of HT electrode should be spherical in order to have a uniform surface voltage gradient and a minimum corona discharge. This, the shape of the sphere must be uniform. Okay, then only there is a minimum corona discharge. Otherwise, the there is a possibility of discharge high voltage into the air. That's why to avoid that, the sphere must be spherical one, uniform distribution of charges. Okay, as HT electrode collected charges, its potential rises to very high value. Okay, to avoid voltage levels that may ionize the electrode surroundings, there is an optimum voltage that may be achieved by the given dimensions. Okay, So all of you get this point. So next seventh, when charging current becomes equal to the load current and leakage current and corona loss current. When charging current is equal to the load current, leakage current and corona loss current, the voltage reaches to equilibrium stage. Understood? If your current is increases above the equilibrium state, means there is a possibility of discharge to take place. Okay. The charging current must be equal to the load current and the leakage current and the corona loss current. Generally, there is no discharge of positive charges into the air. Okay, it must be maintained below the equilibrium state. Then only there is a to store the high voltage, to generate the high voltage. Otherwise, the discharge is easily discharged into the air. Understood? To minimize the distortion of electric field due to belt, it is placed with field grading rings. So by using field grading rings, the minimum distortion of electric field can be avoided. Okay, to minimize the distortion of electric field can be avoided by using field grading rings. It's clear. If the field grading rings are not there, so it is easily to discharge to the air. Okay, through the belt also. So to avoid that minimum distortion of electric field to the belt, it is placed within the field grading rings. It's clear. Next, the grading is provided by resistors and additional corona discharge elements. Okay. And the second point is the system is excited by a self-inducing arrangement. This enables the downgoing belt to be charged to the polarity of opposite to that of terminal, and thus the rate of charging is doubled. Okay. So in this way, we have to increase the positive charges. That is called charging is doubled by self-inducing arrangement. By using self-inducing arrangement, we have to increase the charges double. Okay. Next, the self-inducing arrangement requires insulating the upper pulley and maintaining at a potential higher than that of HT terminal. Okay. So like this, it's completed. And then 12th, as the pulley is at higher potential positive, the negative charges due to corona discharge at the upper spray points are collected by the belt. This neutralizes any remaining positive charges on the belt and release an excessive negative charges. Okay, so when the belt is coming downwards, there is no charges we are observing. We have to observe under belt is coming downwards direction. There is no positive charges. If any positive charges can is there, that can be neutralized. Okay, they neutralizes any remaining positive charges under written under downwards direction of the belt. Okay. Next advantages: the ripple-free output and flexibility and precision. These are the advantages. And the limitations: low current output and vibrations in belt at high speeds. If the belt is rotating with high speeds, there is a possibility of vibrations in belt. That's why it is limited to speed 15 to 30 meters per second. Okay. So summary. So this is about Van de Graaff generator. So very high DC voltage can be obtained by using electrostatic induction, by using Van de Graaff. Electrostatic, okay, electrostatic induction. The charges are accumulated at the HT electrode produce high potential. The output is ripple free but with a low current level. So this is about Van de Graaff generator. Okay, so these are the different type of ones. So this is simple experiment. Okay. So by using Van de Graaff generator, we have to generate high DC.